music is for the soul. It is Sunday morning, and this is Francis Mayhem. One more time from a journey into the mind. What have I learned so far in the process of learning about my book and studying and reading it and understanding the power of us, the individual, the self? I'm going to lower the music so I can continue talking. What have I learned? I have learned that we need to let go of the old software in our mind to try to listen and understand the nature of how powerful we are with our thinking, our thought process. Like a computer, our brain is processed with a software. That software is called the subconscious mind, where we hold all the old garbage that we learned from the world, some of which are good and other which do not serve a good purpose for us in life. In other words, just like a computer needs to be upgraded constantly, so does our mind and our conscious and subconscious mind. Why is that? Because if we don't upgrade the way we think constantly and continue the old paradigm, the old thinking, there will be no results, there will be no advance, there will be no energy generating through us, and we cannot perceive the world in a different way, but perhaps only the old way. How do we, human beings, learn to adapt to this subconscious way of thinking? As children, from teachers to peers to parents to politicians and even influential people in other sectors such as religion, society, what we view from the environment, the outside world, not the internal. Of course, we as individuals adhere that, and subconsciously we become part of that environment from the outside world. The paradigm, the old way of thinking. For example, I grew up in a Catholic religion where people believe that the devil makes you do certain things, that evil is part of who we are unless we behave a certain way. And we impregnate our children with these false beliefs instead of teaching them that they themselves have the power to choose whether they want to think that evil is part of their everyday living, or that they can remain coherent with a good way or state of mind, a way of thinking that makes them better human beings. Because you see, society as well as institutions teach us how to think that way. So how do we get out of the old paradigm? How do we move away from the perception that evil is stronger than good? Because that is not true. It is all about how we perceive reality in our everyday living. For example, I refuse to look at television programs, although I do not even own a TV nowadays, that will give me an uncomfortable feeling before I go to sleep. For example, watching gruesome drama, something that is so drastic that it's embedded in my visual cortex when I'm looking at it, and it stays in the image, or however my brain programmed those images. I refuse to look at that. I'd rather listen to meditation, something peaceful, something lovely. Why not comedy? The best remedy in life to laugh. Why not comedy? See, children now, they are so embedded into these games of aggressive behavior, and this is what they adhere to before they go to bed. No wonder they have nightmare. No wonder they eat out of control. No wonder they behave the way they do. Not all. I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm speaking for a certain amount of children and their behavior nowadays. How can we change that? We not necessarily have to restrict them, but we ourselves can be an example to watch things that are healthy and good for our own state of being or well-being, to be a pattern of example for them, and to also teach them the distinction between what is unhealthy thinking versus healthy thinking. See, we all believe that we have enemies, and sometimes we do. There are people who do not like us. It's okay, and it is normal. It is fine. We have to learn to accept that some people will love us, others will hate us, and others cannot stand us. It's okay. It is the nature of the mentality. However, how we take that, the mystery of the outside world and the way people think, is entirely up to us. People have opinions. They will speak about why you can be, why you cannot be, why you should speak a certain way, why you should stay away from certain desires that you have and drives in life to do something that they themselves did and began at the same state that you are in right now today. Isn't that interesting? That the very ones that can criticize you were in a very state that you are, beginning, learning, knowing, understanding how to evolve in a world where we don't know everything. We all evolve eventually. Did you know that there are highly influential people whom we consider to be geniuses today, that just like us, just like you and I, are also insecure, do also face fear, and also have doubts like we do? Even though it is being said that people who are very affluent, very rich, go and make decisions by their intuition. But as human beings that we all are, they too have insecurities like we do. So it is okay to be yourself. It is okay to understand that there are people out there that will like you or not like you. Just move on. Be authentic. Be yourself. Be yourself. And listen to your intuition. Whatever is talking to you from inside. Like I said before, listen. The universe is talking to you. There will be those who analyze you, criticize you, itemize you, and put you in a certain state or category. That's okay. Let them do that. We do that. We observe and make either judgment, observations, have our own opinions. It's part of nature. But how you take that individually is how matters. Do not let somebody else's opinion influence what you're doing or how you want to evolve in life. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your inner gut feelings that say, go this way, and follow through. Because I can tell you from experiences that if you don't, wherever you are, you will feel stuck. You will feel like you can't move forward. You will not advance. Why? You don't listen to your feeling. You will stay right there at the same state where you were before, which is not moving forward, which is not progressing, which is not where you want to be, where your desires and energy and frequency move at the speed the universe has designed all of us to move. Just like the universe. Yep. Like I say, how you are treated may be a mystery. How you react to it is the outcome of your subconscious and your perception about reality on the outside world. Society can influence us, people can influence us, politicians can influence all of us, but it's up to us to determine what do we want, how do we behave, what do we believe. Because if I can tell you something, I'm from Dominican Republic, and the other side of my island has a different perception about religion and what God is. Just like you will see in the ancient time when Egyptians have their god and goddesses. This is what they believe in. But what you are influenced by is your own perception of how you see reality in your life. The problem is that when we limit our perception and our ability to think beyond the present, the old paradigm, then we get stuck in a belief of other people's perception about what reality is and what we should believe and not about religion, politics, our self-worth, our motivation, our choices. There are a lot of people that are driven by outside influences. And there are those like me who are very stubborn, and I go by what I feel inside of me is okay for me to do. This is very important because in the end I have to be happy with me, not somebody else's decision. And trust me, I have made a lot of decisions that cost me a lot of money. All because I thought that what was out there that was an influence to my perception of what I was seeing was going to change the whole panorama of what my life was at the moment. But like I said before, sometimes the most valuable lessons you can learn are those from your opponents, your enemies. Because in reality, there are no enemies but those you imagine to be in your mind. I have a new saying that came to me recently, and it is, love your friends. And my dear, fall in love with your enemy. I have, and I have learned some of the most valuable lessons in my life. Those lessons which I thought were negative and made me so angry at the moment became the biggest inspiration in my life. Now that's beautiful. All from my perception to believe that those were my enemies. Make them your friend, love them, and find out that you will learn some of the most beautiful lessons in your life, some of the most beautiful insights, some of the most beautiful gifts. I know, it's very difficult to try to fall in love with your enemy. Like that movie with Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy. But we have to learn from each other. Isn't it a beautiful thing that we have to learn to take rejection, that we have to learn to understand that not everybody likes us, love us, and perceive us as what we ourselves perceive ourselves to be? But what is important in all of this is to have your self-worth, to appreciate who you are, what you are, where you come from, recognize your gift, go with the flow, and follow your gut feelings because they're speaking to you. Listen to the voice of that which is higher than you and is trying to communicate with you. Because it'll start right here in your heart and then through your mind, and you will understand how this pattern of communication between the energy of your body, the frequency of your neurons, and the palpitation of your heart speak to you to relay a message that you then transform and relate with words, vibrancy, energy, frequency, and everything that is part of who you are in accordance to the universe and where you are in this moment. It isn't so much that we need to be aware of who we are, but I think it's more important to know that you may have consciousness, but are you aware of your feelings? Are you understanding that you're feeling what you're feeling and knowing why? And follow those feelings? Because they come from every pumping blood of your heart, from every palpitation, every minute, every second. It talks to you. Your heart speaks to you so loud that not even your mind can understand. Because we may have thoughts here, but unless we follow our heart, we're lost. We are lost. It's very important on a daily basis to listen to what is the heart is saying to you. Take a deep breath. And listen to. Because that is the only thing that in the end is going to make you happy. We can all navigate through this world with inconveniences, with pretenses, with outside influence, with confusion, wrong choices, right choices. But unless we listen to that little tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock that is talking to us, we will never understand the reason why. But when you do, you'll know your incoherency with yourself, with your feelings, with your listening ability to understand that your body has a frequency that speaks through you when you need it. Just like you sense fear and your heartbeat is high. Just like you sense peace and it is slow. And just like when you wake up from a dream and distinguish reality from the perception of that which is an elusive state of mind by a dream. Thank you so much for listening. It has been a pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. This is Francis Mayhem one more time, speaking about the ability to understand how we can recognize the patterns in our life that are good or bad, good and evil, understanding the frequency of our body, listening to our gut feeling, our intuition, and not going by the mystery of the world, but rather listening to our heart that speaks to us. Once again, listen.